What is up, YouTube? Hopefully everybody is doing great. Come join me at this Goodwill. This is my first time visiting this Goodwill over in New Jersey. First time doing a Goodwill on camera. I have found a bunch of neat items over here, especially video games. Something that it is my first time doing and the success that I had. So don't leave, hang on tight, and see what I found today. Upon walking in here, I came across the video game multimedia section. Tons of video games here, guys. So, for me, this is going to be my first time visiting the video game section. And yes, today the particular color at the store was red and blue. Always check these stores to see what color, if they have a color, it is, because you save 50% off here. These stores are in the greater Philly area. So this is in New Jersey, but it's part of the Philly network of Goodwill stores. I believe also on Sundays they run a sweet deal, but for today, it was a Saturday, so they didn't have that sweet deal, just red and blue. Found a whole bunch of video games. For me, first time venturing in this particular space, so what I did was I found a bunch of video games that happened to have that red or blue sticker, and I just scanned them on eBay to see if they had a return value. So for this particular game, it had a green sticker. I scanned it. See, if I have to buy the game for $3.50 and list it on eBay, it's not going to be worth my time. Video games lose their value really quick, especially the older they get. So with a lot of the games that were red or blue, I mean, there were a lot of blue games. They came out to be like $1.74, $2 the most. So when you list those on eBay, they had a pretty good return value on them. So I apologize for the game cut up, but the first game that I picked up was the Rock Band 2 for the Wii. It came out to $1.74. Checked it on eBay, and they had a pretty good purchase rate on there. This one had the game disc. It was in good condition, had the box art and the manuals. Ended up taking it, listed on eBay, and it actually sold in a few hours. I sold it for $6 plus shipping. I think the shipping was very fair on it. Still learning on it, but hey, for what I sold it for, what I got back, it was pretty good. The thing I was doing here was just getting all the red and blue games for all the consoles that I saw, especially the sports games. One thing I learned from other thrifters on YouTube is that try to pick up the games that, for sports games, get the last game for that console. So for example, if it's like an NFL game or an NBA game, pick up the last copy for the console, because that's going to be the most recent roster that you're going to get for that specific console. And I found a few games that were within that final lineup. One game that I found, and I'm sorry that it cuts off within the camera, I'll work on that in the future, is NCAA 06 March Madness for the Xbox. This one I got for $174, and I have it listed on eBay for $5.99. Based on the sold recent history, the game was moving, so that was another good game that I found. And notice, all these games have the box and the manual. That helps it sell quicker. I also picked up the NBA Live 2010 for the PS3. This was the last NBA Live for the PS3. Came out to $1.74. I actually forgot to list this one on eBay over the weekend. It must have slipped through the cracks of while I was taking pictures at 1 a.m. and posting them. So hopefully I can list this today and get a quick sale on it. But yeah, this one was $174, and it was moving on eBay. I came across this Disney Sing It game. I believe it was for the PS2. It really didn't have much of a resale value. Not many people. It just wasn't moving as much, so I put this one back. It wasn't worth my $1.74. Now I came across this Tiger Woods PGA, I think for 2007 for the PS3. This one almost put it back, but when I scanned it, I noticed that this game was actually moving pretty well on eBay. This one was actually missing a price tag there, so when I took it up to the front, I ended up, the lady ended up giving it to me for about 275. No, not 275, for about $2 after the coupons and everything. So it was a good deal, and it actually sold on eBay within like a few hours. I got the stack of Wii games, uh, but unfortunately they all had green or purple uh, tickets on there, so they weren't part of the deal. So I just put them back. I kept looking, just picking it up by a stack and just seeing what I can get my hands on. But it's just a numbers game, seeing what you have. Obviously, they weren't part of the deal, and if you're gonna spend about $350 on a game to sell it on eBay for maybe $5.99, it just doesn't leave you much room after all the eBay seller fees and stuff. So you want to try to keep these games at like about $2, maybe $2.50 or under. I saw this box set of the 24 TV show. It was sealed brand new in the box. Don't recall the color tag or the price on it. Oh, it was green. I'm sorry. So this one, just there were so many copies on eBay, uh, even brand new, and they were not moving. So it just wasn't worth it for me. So I put it back. So here I came across NBA 2K11 for the PS3. Again, it had the box, the manual, the disc seemed like it was in good condition. When I scanned it, saw it on eBay, had a pretty good resale value. So I picked this one up. It came out to 174. So I came across another Connect Adventures for the Xbox. It's more for the Connect accessory. I picked this one up. It was pretty cheap. I like picking these up if I come across one of the Connect devices. It's a good thing to pair with the Connect when you resell on eBay. So, and it came with everything, the instruction manual and all the little cards in there. So now, walking through the home section and seeing all the items that they have, there were a lot of items for the home here. You're gonna want to walk through this section with some time and just sift through some of the things that you can find here, because trust me, you will find some items that are worth something, and it could just be hiding within the sets, within what they have there. Super personal score. So I have a Soda Stream at home, and I usually have the 60L canisters. Do a DIY refill method with dry ice, so I have like a whole bunch of them lined up. I usually buy empty canisters through Facebook Marketplace for $5, especially now with the whole epidemic. They're hard to get, so I refill them. They're pretty easy, and picked this one up for, it was with the after the coupon, $6, and it was fully charged, sealed, never used before. This was one thing that I was not expecting to find at a Goodwill. So if you guys have seen my previous videos, you notice that I usually rave about these wood knife blocks. They tend to do really well on eBay. The more slots, the better they sell, especially if they're like real wood, not like that fake wood stuff. Uh, this one had a green tag, but with the 20% off, and I'll get into that in a second. It came out to about $4 or $5 for this particular block. I have it listed on eBay for $24.99 plus shipping. So this one has a lot of views. These items do move pretty quick on eBay. So one thing I would say is when you go to a Goodwill, ask ask around, see if they have any deals, any promotions going on as far as first time shoppers or club style programs. There are some Goodwills that will collect your name, phone number, and email, and if you spend a certain amount, you get a percentage off. For this particular Goodwill, I guess it's part of the Philly area stores. You text 51660, I believe. You text Goodwill to that number. You get 20% off your first time purchase for that day. So that definitely, you get 20% off any color that is not part of the deal. So that was super awesome. So I came across one of my favorite items to shop for, typewriters, electronic typewriters. This one looked really well. It looked like it was in good condition. But I wanted to test it out first, so I was looking for outlets, seeing if I could find one. Found an area where there was outlets, but upon checking this particular model, it wasn't a Brother. It was like some other brand. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but upon checking it on eBay, this item, so it would have had a really good resale value had it had the keyboard cover, the cover that goes over the keyboard. But without that keyboard cover, people really aren't buying it. And this item goes for even more money if it has a manual and the box, something it didn't have. So it wasn't even worth me even powering on to see if it worked. Just by looking at the eBay listings and stuff. So one thing with Goodwill is that they do have a ton of clothes. I went to another Goodwill that particular day. For some reason, the video footage was corrupt, but I started going through all the T-shirts and all the button-down shirts. One item that is in my preferred list is to look for shirts that are made by Untuck It. Those seem to have a really good resale value, but they had a bunch of clothes here. So if you're looking for clothes, why not check it out? At Goodwill. Now, Goodwills usually keep their high-end, quote-unquote, merchandise in these jewelry cases. They're gonna keep them locked behind this particular area. I was going through. I know I saw this Coleman watch. It looked pretty vintage, but when I checked it on eBay, it really didn't have much of a resale value on there. They didn't really have much. I mean, the video games didn't really stand out to me. There was a pair of Tommy Hilfiger boots down towards the bottom over here, and they were just standard boots. When I found them on eBay, only a pair had sold in the last like 90 days, so there really wasn't much of a demand for that. Sometimes you'll find some really good things here. Some Goodwills put all of their high-end electronics in their jewelry cases. In this particular one, they had all their electronics out on the floor, but each Goodwill varies. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please comment below. Smash the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna keep on providing y'all with more videos, visiting these thrift shops so I can buy and flip them on eBay. It was super fun this weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed it.